Encourage somebody, tell them you can't hold no water, but you're producing fruit. And how many of you believe that the fruit is about to be multiplied to your life? Yeah, yeah. Pastor Kennedy, Paul said, I looked around. I was perplexed. I was this close to being destroyed. But encourage somebody, tell them you hold it together, baby. Hold it together. That I didn't realize that the greatest commodity that we have in Christendom is the ability to heal one another. That even when everything is cracked up, it's just something, Pastor Wanda, about loving each other that'll cause you to throw your arms around somebody who felt like, oh yeah, who felt like giving up, who felt like throwing in the towel. Said we shouldn't have a conference this year. We shouldn't have a convention this year. But is there anybody here that believe the Lord is going to fix it? You ought to lift your hands. You ought to open your mouth and give God a praise. Look at somebody and tell them I was this close to losing it. This close to walking away. This close to saying, what's the use? Anybody else question God this year? And this is only May. And already you were saying, Lord, if you don't do something for me, do I have anybody that'll be honest? Anybody that's been bruised by ministry? Anybody that's been hurt, not outside the church, but right in church? Anybody who felt like even as the pastor, it would have been easier for you just not to show up to church. But I wish I had a crack pot that still got a whole praise to lift your hands and open your mouth. They never thought you'd make it, but you're still here. I said, I'm still here. Somebody open your mouth and shout glory. Let me quit. I'm just a jaw. But even crackpots have purpose. Anybody believe God is getting ready to show out in your life? Do I have anybody that's been discouraged to the place, to the point of ministry where you wish you could just give God back everything he gave you? Oh, I'm the only one here? Nobody else? Nobody else? Sometimes just don't get up and say, what's the penalty for giving everything back? Just encourage somebody, tell them we all cracked up. We're cracked up, but we're usable. How many of you believe that? Listen, I started thinking about it. It's all right if God don't fix my cracks. As long as I keep producing as I go along. Encourage somebody, tell them, don't worry about the cracks, you producing. Anybody else? God is about to produce a garden. He's about to produce a garden out of your cracks. Gardens that represents souls of magnitude. Souls of so many. Is there anybody that need their church full? I gotta look for the multitude. I can't keep worrying about these 10 or 12 people. I need to go on the outside and find out what it is that God has really intended for my life. And it may not be messing with these same people who the more you pour into, the less they do. I'm not finished, but I'm going to quit. Paul said, just when I start to get lifted in myself, I saw my cracks. Be careful if you're around people who exalt you all the time, try to make you feel like you're more than what you are. Do you believe people intentionally do it? It's not helping you. They're trying to make you bust. People who try to fill you with so much pride. Not just pride, but self-pride. Paul said, and that's what God, it wasn't that I didn't know what he called me to do, but he began to eat away at my pride. Made me see myself, and I had to realize after all of my accomplishments, none of them mean nothing. From one year to the next, what you did last week don't matter. Oh, Jesus. People who continuously live on old successes will never do anything new. How many of y'all are sick and tired of the same old stuff, doing the same old thing with the same old people, the same old fellowships, and you said, this year, Father, I want you to take me into a new place. I'm done. Paul said, I exalted myself, and then God humbled me. See, he gave me this thorn in my flesh. To all the Bible scholars and theologians, I tried to find out what that was. It didn't say. But whatever it was, a thorn is like a wooden stake that's pierced in you. I don't know if you've ever preached with a stake in your back. I guess it is up to each individual to determine what